Do you think you're addicted to your phone? Tell the truth. You'd be amazed at how just reducing the use of screen time by 30 minutes a day can help your mood, can help your weight, can help your sleep, and can even help you be more productive. How much are we using our screen devices? A lot, and more than people think. In fact, the average American is said to use technology or their screen over an average of 5 hours per day. And a study done by Apple showed that the average adult checks their iPhone more than 80 times in a day. Mindful Tech Challenge is about taking stock and assessment of how you use technology, how it's affecting your life, and how you would feel if you experimented with 30 days of dialing it down to some degree. For most people, the mere suggestion of completely giving up technology use is not really consistent with reality, nor should it be. It's not all bad or all good, but the possible benefits that could come from a more mindful use of technology, or a slight reduction if you think you may be using your screen device too much, is numerous. It starts at the head and works its way all the way down the body. Greater time for other types of contemplation, a resting or recharging of your neural circuitry, opportunity to practice mindfulness or meditation, possibly less strain on your eyes, less exposure to the blue light that's emitted from various screens and technology, and then more opportunity to give some nurturing and some TLC to the rest of your body. Remember, when we're engaged in screen use, we are usually not engaged in vigorous physical activity. So even reducing your use of technology by 15, 30, 45 minutes a day gives you an opportunity to stretch, to do some cardio, to walk, to engage in social interaction that's face-to-face instead of face-to-screen. So the benefits and possibilities are numerous. They're going to depend on you and your particular situation. 30 minutes of going tech-free is a good place to start because it is a small, manageable amount of time, and it's enough of a time experiment that can give you a real flavor for how difficult is it, how easy is it, and if you're finding it really challenging, then that's probably a good indicator that you're overusing technology and that it's really controlling you rather than you controlling it. We've seen many reports in the recent years about the potential risks or downside to overuse of technology, and really it ranges from mood disturbances to stress, anxiety, impairments or effects on relationships, and probably the most immediate and threatening risk, which is distracted driving or distracted walking. We have heard countless cases of people stepping or falling into holes or down stairways or walking into oncoming traffic because they're distracted and using their device.
Near Chicago, investigators say the driver of this car that ended up crushed under a big rig last night, killing a passenger, may have been texting.
Francie Webb was texting while carrying her 3-month-old daughter when she fell.
Right as I was pressing send, I stepped off the curb and it twisted both of my ankles.
Her daughter wasn't hurt, but she was on crutches for weeks.
Ever since then, I have not texted and walked.
According to prosecutors, 50-year-old Alexandra Mansonet was behind the wheel of her Mercedes-Benz texting a relative when her car rear-ended another vehicle. That other car struck pedestrian Yuan Wang as she was in the crosswalk. She died 5 days later.
I think this falls under the common sense category of, if you're walking in public or driving, that is not the time to be using any kind of technology. Technology and its effects on sleep are pretty well documented. Sleep experts report that exposure to blue light or certain wavelengths that come even from television, but certainly from screens, laptops, smartphones, absolutely have the ability to suppress melatonin, that's the sleep hormone. They can stimulate other parts of our brain, all of which can lead to a disruption in sleep. So the recommendations from leading sleep experts are to unplug for at least an hour before you go to sleep or close your eyes, and to try not to check your device if you were to wake up in the middle of the night. that does stimulate your brain, and that's not the time you generally want it to be stimulated. So first tips that I would suggest if you want to assess your use of technology and experiment with a 30-day challenge of using technology in a more mindful manner is first, engage a friend. It's definitely easier, probably more interesting, and more doable if you do it with someone. So whether that's a significant other, friend, family member, coworker, definitely try to get someone to do it with you. Some other tips that may help you: use that do not disturb feature on your phone at times like meals, meditation, exercise, certainly when you're going to sleep if possible. The other feature that I think is really important that can actually help you: turn off the notifications, especially if you have a full inbox, whether it's for business or pleasure. That constant banner or pinging from your device is really distracting. And lastly, out of sight, out of mind. Put that device away in your bag, in your pocket when you're outside in nature so that you're not distracted or tempted to have it in your hand. You'd be amazed at how you can be actually focusing on other things if your screen is not always within eyeshot.